Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest and exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Welcome to another edition of Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. If you are a Jeep owner, you know how much fun it can be to own a Jeep. You also know that customizing it and making it your own can be half of the fun. And that's where our friends at Drop Zone Off-Road come in. Now tell me, Melanie, what's the array of products you offer for our Jeep friends?
Our four main products are custom foot pegs, custom taillight guards, hitch covers, and fuel door assemblies.
And a whole lot more cool stuff. Now, tell me about the products here. Everything's made in the USA?
Everything is made in the USA. All of our source products are from the USA. Our powder coating, all-American steel, the best of the best. Drop Zone Off-Road is synonymous with American pride and just the top quality, and that's really what's required to put out a top quality product.
How many different designs do you have in stock, and then what do you do as far as custom work?
We have close to 200 designs available now on our website, but we are a company that really focuses on customization. So if you have a theme for your Jeep, like many of us do, we can work with the customer one-on-one and develop something unique for them, for their Jeep, for their theme. The best thing to do is to contact us either through email or through our Etsy store. Provide us an image of what you have in mind, and we'll go from there. We'll determine if it's something that's feasibly translated to steel and powder coat. And we are one of the only manufacturers that do not use vinyls, adhesives, rubbers. Everything is powder coating, weldment, American steel. We really build our parts to last for durability. With our background in off-roading, it's really important to us that you can enjoy these foot pegs for years to come.
And everything's designed by a real engineer, so you know it's going to last.
Exactly. An engineer that has over 20 years of manufacturing experience.
Well, you brought some foot pegs with you, so let's take a look here.
I did.
The owner of this Jeep likes hanging out at the beach, so we've got the Sharky Shark here.
Exactly.
So show me how the foot pegs work.
They go on by this finger in the tab actually slides right into the hinge, as you can see, and the tab actually is in the door jamb to provide stability as well. And then we have a hairpin here, really 1, 2, 3 installation. If you have a little set of pliers, just pop it right in. Our foot peg is the only foot peg that's a drop-in style. You pop the pin in, there's no nut to tighten. You're just ready to roll once you get that hairpin in there.
I love it. So let's just hang your foot out there and be nice and casual in your Jeep here. We'll do it on the back here.
Absolutely.
We saw the shark. We have a jellyfish as well.
Absolutely.
Let's see that one.
If you're into the pink,
love it.
Right there.
Very cool.
You know. Again,
same process
slide
there.
it into the hinge. Finger goes against the door jamb, and then the cotter pin.
I see so many people driving around with their feet hanging out, and this looks a lot more comfortable than that.
It is. You're always searching for a place to put your foot when your door is off, and this is a way to safely do it and get a little bit of your personality out there.
Speaking of personality, these add a whole lot to it. Tell me about these taillight guards here.
We've taken a little bit of a different approach to a taillight guard. We believe that a taillight guard should actually guard your taillight. So we have a customizable image plate that provides physical protection on and around your taillight assembly for the halogen taillight guards. On this one, we have a Jeep beach scene. So we have the Jeep palm tree and a sun. We have hundreds of customizable designs available. And if you happen to have one or an image in mind that you don't see that we already have, we can make it for you.
Is there anybody out there doing what you're doing?
Not that we know of. This is a first of kind for the Jeep aftermarket.
Well, what about finishes there? I see the shiny one on the other side. I can look at that one sparkle. And then over here we have the splatter, I guess?
Yeah, this is a splatter black finish for us. It more matches the bumper or the wheel well assemblies. The gloss finish is going to be more of a finish to match the Jeep body itself.
How many different colors do you offer?
So we carry 54 powder coat colors in stock at all times. We match the last 5 years of all Jeep colors, and we match the last 23 years of the most popular Jeep colors. Clearly
style is important to you, but how important is the quality of your work as well?
At Drop Zone Off-Road, we are focused on the highest quality products that we can put out, along with 100% customer satisfaction. We go through an 11-step manufacturing process. We have a lot of proprietary equipment that we use and a lot of proprietary steps that we take in order to get the quality out of our products that we have.
Jeep accessories of the highest quality. They're made in the USA and they are customizable. You got to check them out. Go to dropzoneoffroad.com. We will return with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings and more cool products right after this.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. Easy Trunk. Experience freedom from your junk and keep your junk in the trunk. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. And by NH Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Whether you are a professional welder or a sometimes welder, you know Shark, or you're going to want to get to know Shark. Now tell me, Dino, paint it sort of with a broad brush here. What do you guys offer?
So at Shark, we're a manufacturer of abrasive cutoff wheels, 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch. We also have a full welding accessory line. We do jumbo roll converting, so we convert jumbo rolls of abrasives into a variety of different sizes from 1 inch all the way through 10-inch. We also adhere an R-type fastener that fits most of the mechanic holders that are out in the industry, and that's primarily what we do.
How long has Shark been at this?
38 years. I've been with Shark for 31 years.
And you just gave the basics on what you guys make and do, but I looked through the catalog and there's so much more to it. So how did it evolve from just these few items into what we see in the catalog?
We started off, we weren't manufacturing, we were importing from overseas and repackaging. As time moved on, our customers were always asking, you know, are you ever going to make a U.S. cutoff wheel? You know, you bring in the import wheels. So we decided to look into becoming a manufacturer, and it took us about 25 years. We learned a lot, and we now are creating a U.S.-made cutoff wheel.
And it's not just cutoff wheels.
We carry a full line of welding accessories. We carry wire wheels, carbide burrs. On the technical side for the shop, we have a full line of brake lathe accessories, carbide inserts, silencer bands, tire changer components, lift pads. Body shop, we have sanding, 6-inch Velcro and PSA sanding discs. We kind of cover a little of everything in an automotive environment.
Let's talk specifically about the wheels here. Now, you guys manufacture these with materials from where?
Italy, Spain, Turkey, jumbo rolls of material, and then we convert it based on the popularity, the size.
What's the range of sizes?
From 1 inch all the way through 10-inch. With the R-type fasteners, that's a little more limited. We do 1 inch through 4-inch. But the larger sizes, body shop, application fab shops, they use the larger sizes.
We're looking at your most popular cutoff wheels, and I see that they're made in, actually at your headquarters there.
Yeah, Rockford, Minnesota.
Very nice. What does it mean to you to be able to make all that stuff in-house and make it in the U.S.?
We're really proud to be able to continue to make and to grow our manufacturing. 5 years ago, we were only making about 30% of what we're selling, and today we're at 50+%. And our goal is to continue to make larger cutoff wheels and expand our line and not just limit it to the 2, 3, and 4-inch cutoff wheels. We recently acquired a couple of machines and we're going to expand to 6-inch cutoff wheels.
Huge range of sizes. How about materials that you can actually cut with the wheels?
We have a variety of different grades of material cutoff wheels, so you can cut everything from cold roll steel, solid steel, hollow steel to stainless steel. We're right now formulating a wheel to be able to cut aluminum.
And you brought the star of the show with you, Stumpy.
I work on vehicles myself, and I've used different hub cleaning tools, but I never found a hub cleaning tool that I could use on the impact gun when I'm removing a wheel, and to be able to clean the surface of the hub and clean the stud at the same time. I was grabbing multiple different tools trying to get one job done. And so working very closely with a couple of shops in our area and a couple of mechanics, I reached out to them and asked them their opinion and their advice. It took about 6 prototypes. The mechanics kept destroying everything I handed them, and it just made me work harder at making the tool better. And the name Stumpy came from the mechanic that broke every tool I handed him. So when I finally handed him the final prototype and I said, please try to, make this one last, he's like, heck no, it's gonna break. I know I'm gonna break it. So gave it to him, and a month later he called me up, he goes, things still working. He says, you did something right. And I'm like, great, and we ran with this tool.
Well, the thing I really love about this, you're not grabbing two tools here. The top surface here is for cleaning the hub, and then for actually cleaning the stud there, you got the wire brush there. And it's pretty simple the way it works, and it works really well. So let's give it a rip here, Dino. Well, you are going to love Stumpy, and you're going to love the rest of their line. Check them out at sharkind.com, and there is a special promo code for Motorhead Garage viewers. Type it in, SHARK21. We will return with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, so do not go anywhere.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. You know, literally yesterday, we had another Jeep in the studio here, and we were lamenting the fact that once you take your doors off, yes, you're having a lot of fun, but then you lose your side mirrors. So what do? There is a solution to it. Somebody thought of it, and that somebody is Wayne. Tell me what we're going to do to fix this problem.
What I have done is I've invented a bracket that mounts on your A-pillar arms, taking your existing screws out so there's no drilling, which allows you to screw a mirror in and on and off, which solves a lot of your problems as gives you the side view mirror. And
it's a simple solution. Let's talk about the kinds of mirrors that would actually go into it here. You have an array of them on the table there.
The intention for this bracket was bringing the side-by-side industries mirrors to the Jeep community, because all your Jeep mirrors are real simple and they're just not very attractive. So if you own a Jeep, that's step one. Step two is customizing that Jeep. So what we've done is allow you to buy side-by-side mirrors, which are much more customizable, and I put it on the Jeep. That's where my bracket comes in, because you need my bracket to include these mirrors to the Jeep.
I got it. Now, what kind of finishes can I get with the bracket?
They come in two finishes. One is the flat black. It's a Cerakote painted. It's UV protected, should not fade at all. It matches your bumpers and all aftermarket parts that are already on the market. But what I've also done is I've put out a black primer, epoxy coated one. So this way, if you choose to paint match it, take it to your paint shop, he'll scuff it up, shoot it the color that you want. It makes a great accent piece because the bracket stands out on your Jeep when your doors are actually on, because the bracket is a one-time install and that's it. And the nice thing about those is the color coding, you paint match it.
And we see one that's matched on the other side of the Jeep, and it looks terrific. Let's do the installation here. All you need is your drill and the right bit, and you're good to go. And these are the factory bolts that are on it already.
You take the factory bolts out. Put them on the side. Take the screws that are in my kit that are provided. There's two size washers. You take the thicker washer, put it on each screw.
Simple as that.
The actual bracket, you take it. I've provided a insulation pad so it's never metal to metal, so you'll never scratch your paint. You peel off the backing. Stick that on the back of your bracket. Slide your screws straight through. Take your drill, line your holes up.
Wow, and that is one of the easiest installations you will ever see, and one of the biggest bang for the buck products out there. You're going to love this if you love off-roading in your Jeep. Check them out at tsbrackets.com. Well, last time we saw how our friends at The Last Coat used their Ceratex product to make the plastics on the outside of a vehicle look amazing. And we can see it right here on the Dobson family truckster. That little panel right there has been treated, and the other side still looks like poo. And it's amazing the results you get there. While we've got the hood up here, what about using Ceratrim underneath here on all these plastic parts?
Yes, certainly. You can take it into the engine bay as well. It's non-flammable. It's going to have no effect upon anything negative underneath the hood. So yes, certainly you can restore the plastics. So let's go right ahead, and we're going to restore this side, and we're going to leave this side the way it is, and we'll pull that tape and see the difference here.
I've seen some other products that kind of makes the plastics gooey and makes it rubbery and stuff like that. Is this going to have that kind of effect on it?
No, not at all. So once we apply it, we're going to just kind of let it sit on the plastic and actually get embedded into the plastic pores, and then we're going to take a microfiber and we're going to buff off any residual residue so that we have a dry surface.
And that makes it a lot more even too. If
yes, and actually, yes, correct. Makes a even coat going across the surface. We won't have blotchiness or just any unsightly deal that we don't want to deal with.
And so what I end up with is a better looking vehicle, but how much is it also going to protect all the engine parts in here?
The hydrophobic characteristics of this are absolutely insane. So the protection value is going to be very similar to a ceramic product, if not even more. So we're going to let this sit here for just a couple of seconds. Then we're going to take a dry microfiber towel, and we're literally just going to buff this off here. Get any residual residues.
It's as simple as that.
Simple as that. And then we'll pull this tape here so we can actually see the difference.
Oh, it wasn't even that dirty to begin with, or so I thought, but the difference is night and day.
Yes, so even though it looked relatively fresh, it still needed a good restoration.
Got it. Well, the last coat is a simple way to make your car look great. You can check out their entire line of products at thelastcoat.com/Motorhead, where you will find a special deal for Motorhead Garage viewers. Check them out. We're going to take a short break here on Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, so do not go away. See you in a minute.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM pit radio since 1977. Steel Rubber Products, quality crafted rubber parts and weather stripping. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. And by Drivotex, make your engine last longer.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Hanging out here at the Motorhead RV, and my friend William is here from Latch Lux. You know, William, we go camping to get out to the elements, and you and your buddies found that getting out in the elements kind of creates some problems. What did you guys discover?
We discovered that it's hard to find the latch at night in the dark, especially on the, we'll say, the driver's side of the RV, where there's particularly no lighting usually.
And if you're camping the right way, you're out in the middle of nowhere, so there is no light to be found.
Correct.
So some solutions, obviously, you carry a flashlight, and then you end up fumbling around, and you're trying to carry your gear and stuff like that,
Exactly.
and that's no good. And you have the lights once you get inside the hatches underneath, but to get to it is a problem, and you've solved that. How'd you do it?
We designed a latch bezel, LED latch bezel, that installs behind the actual cargo door latch. This way it provides illumination for the latch itself and the keyhole and the ground around it.
So it's essentially a footlight that you'd have around the vehicle. How many lumens are we talking? How bright are these things?
We're about 60 plus lumens per unit.
So how much power is that going to draw? Folks who might be worried about, you know, the draw on their battery or on their system.
It draws about 0.06 amps per unit.
So really nothing to worry about.
Pretty much nothing at all.
Excellent. So tell me how it works. Show it to me.
Well, basically you remove your existing RV latch that is on your cargo door, and you install our LED bezel behind the latch, and then reinstall the latch onto the cargo door. Now the light is mechanically attached to the vehicle, so the potential for it falling off is almost zero compared to a LED light strip.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that'll be out in the elements too, and if it's stuck to the vehicle, it's coming off.
Yes, and we made it out of high-grade ABS automotive plastic.
Okay, so that's going to last forever.
It's going to last forever.
Very cool. Different models. There's all kinds of RVs out there. Do you have one that's going to fit my RV?
Each individual bezel is designed for a particular style of latch. Currently we have two latches, one made by Global and one made by Trimark. These are two rather common latches on RVs. We are adding more in the future, but currently we're on these two.
But with just those two, you're covering thousands of
Yes.
RVs that are out
Yes.
there. And there are more and more RVs rolling out all the time. A lot of folks get squeamish when it comes to doing electrical stuff on their vehicle, but how complicated is this whole process?
It's quite simple. It's a 2-wire 12-volt installation. You can wire it to a switch, or you can wire it to the cargo lights that are already inside your RV box.
And a remote option as well?
We do offer a remote option with a remote relay that has a key fob, so you can turn it off and on if you leave the RV and come back.
Let's talk about the physical wiring. What are the steps to install it on the RV?
First, you remove your latch and install our bezel, and then you run the wire down the door inside some wire loom to make it clean and neat installation. You can use some wire clips to clip it to the door to keep it from flopping around. Then run it up to the light is the easiest way to do it, and tag into the cargo light.
We know it's made out of durable materials, but how do we know the quality's there through every unit that we're going to buy?
Each unit is made proudly in America.
Made in the USA is important to me, and I know it's important to you as well. If you want the Latch Lux for your RV and you want to light up your campsite at night, check them out at latchlux.com. Very, very cool idea. Driving a car is such a sensory experience. In fact, that's what we love about it, but your senses can also tip you off to some problems underneath the hood, Tom.
Yep, yeah, if you hear a tapping or ticking sound when you first start your car, you might think it's the valve train. Older engines with flat tappets, they tick or tap until the oil warmed up, circulated, and then things would quiet down. On a newer engine built in the last 30 years that has roller lifters like this, you're less likely to hear that tapping, and if you hear noise from the valve train, it could be the roller's out of whack and it's actually the bracket hitting the camshaft, so you're going to have to replace the lifters and probably the camshaft also. And that problem will continue after the engine's hot, it won't go away. So when you first start the car and it goes away, another possibility, and a much less expensive possibility usually, is one of the exhaust or multiple exhaust manifold bolts or studs have snapped off. These are connecting dissimilar metals. The exhaust manifold might be cast iron and the head might be aluminum. A lot of them snap. So you can just unbolt those and fix your problem, put new ones in. And there's even solutions if the exhaust manifold is hard to access. For some real popular engines that frequently have broken exhaust manifold studs, there's exhaust manifold to cylinder head repair clamps. Well, what these do, you don't have to take out the broken off stud that you can't access. They use existing holes that are milled in the head or the block for whatever reason to firmly connect the exhaust manifold to the head and eliminate the noise.
Well, it's a lot simpler fix and it can be a lot less expensive, like you said. Once you find out what your problem is and you've diagnosed it, rockauto.com has all the parts your car will ever need. You can surely find your fix there. We are out of time for this episode of Motorhead Garage, but do not fear because we're going to do it once again next week. Until then, you can check us out on our Facebook page, and if you have a product you want to see on the show, email Jeff at masterstv.com. He'll get you here to our Borla studios. From our entire crew here at Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, so long. See you next time.